A sea turtle strands at Sandy Neck Beach. There is a new face at the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce. Plus, a bill making its way through the legislature would require insurance companies to cover some acupuncture treatments. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Wednesday, December 4th, 2013. I'm Sarah Mannel. The first cold-stunned turtle of the season is found on Sandy Neck today. Natural Resources Officer Chris Nappy came across the juvenile turtle while on patrol.
Kemp's Ridley turtle that we just found on Sandy Neck Beach, just about halfway down the beach near Trail 2. He was right at the water line, and we picked him up. He was in pretty good shape. He's cold-stunned, so the recent weather that we've had probably just kind of affected his health a little bit and slowed him down a little bit, and that's what caused him to wash up on the beach. Yeah, this is the first Kemp's Ridley, a sea turtle that we found cold stunned on the beach this year, and they're the rarest sea turtle too, so it's pretty
Sandy Neck Beach Park Manager Nina Coleman explains what happens when turtles strand.
It's actually a juvenile turtle, so they get a lot bigger than this. We think they're kind of 1 to 2 years old. This is a bigger one, so maybe 2-year-old animal. They get caught in the hook of Cape Cod Bay, little learning how to migrate, right? They should be heading down south by now, but this particular animal and a bunch of other ones get caught in the Cape Cod Bay, and the water gets colder and colder, and they start to, because they're a cold-blooded animal, they start to lose their ability to swim. Their metabolism gets very low. At some point, it's believed that they try to bury down into the mud to try to get through the cold event, and then when we have a tide or a good storm event, it brings them up to the surface and dumps them.
Last year, Coleman says, was a busy one, mostly due to Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah, last season was crazy. There was no doubt about it. We got a little spoiled. I got to tell you, staff and I just love this time of year, love rescuing these animals. As Officer Nappy said, they're the rarest sea turtle in the world. So what an honor to get one off the beach and be able to see it get rehabbed. So last year, we think because of Hurricane Sandy, which kind of disrupted the migration, right at the time that they should have been heading out, and then it was Hurricane Sandy, if you may remember, was followed by a pretty strong nor'easter, and so a lot of these animals end up in Wellfleet, more on the that side of the Cape Cod Bay, but for whatever reason we had a bunch of animals last year. It was in the 50s, I believe 54 animals ended up on Sandy Neck, so we were plucking them off the beach left and right. A lot of Kemp Ridleys, a green, maybe one green, and then a bunch of loggerheads, and hopefully today we'll be able to see a loggerhead. It's a bigger animal. Those are also considered juveniles, and those guys would be in the 70 to 100 pound.
This is just the beginning of the season. As temperatures drop, more cold-stunned turtles are likely to appear. Coleman explains what to look for and how to respond.
We go out whenever we have like a windy day. We look for that frothy day, when you have the bubbling on the beach. These guys are going to bounce around kind of like debris. So the days that you find a lot of buoys, a lot of chunks of wood, those are the days you're going to find sea turtles. Oftentimes they're upside down, so I'm actually going to show you what it looks like on the underside here. Oh, just take a big breath. I hope you caught that. So that's kind of the color. Could be flipped upside down. Sorry, buddy. Or it could be half buried in the seaweed. So I look for the color of the belly that you just saw, or this sort of dome shape. I've got to tell you, a lot of rocks look like turtles this time of year. We're constantly, turtle! No, not a turtle. But anyways, this would be up in that rack line, so where all the debris and seaweed is deposited on our beaches. That's where you want to be walking, looking for these guys. It's really important, as you can see, we're outside here. It's really important that they don't get warmed up quickly. It's very tempting to bring them in, grab them, put them in your car, heat them up. That's the wrong thing to do. These bodies' temperatures need to come up very slowly to reduce the risk of infections. So the best thing to do is either stay with the animal or put a piece of debris near the animal or stake right next to the animal so that you can tell Mass Audubon or your local natural resource department where it is located on the beach. So you would say, oh, it's on such and so beach, there's a buoy, a red and white buoy out there, that's where that animal is, or actually stay with the animal. But make sure you don't bring it into your vehicle. Make sure you don't try to warm it up and get it to a professional. That's what's the most important. And then get your pictures. Get a lot of pictures because it's a pretty cool event to find one of these.
The turtle found Wednesday will be taken to the New England Aquarium Rehabilitation Center in Quincy, where it will spend the winter being nursed back to health. The town of Barnstable recently sold a number of bonds and secured a highly competitive interest rate of 1.58%. Director of Finance Mark Milne talks about how Barnstable was able to achieve this.
One of the biggest things is, of course, your rating. With the community having a AAA rating, that helps keep the interest rate down. Another factor is, in this particular issue, we structured it so that we had no amortization periods of more than 10 years. So many of the projects that we're financing here, we're eligible for paying back. We could have paid the loan back over as many as 20 years if we wanted to. We structured it so that we would have the maximum payback period would be only 10 years. So some of the loans have 5
Bond sales are a yearly process in Barnstable. Some Cape lawmakers want to pass a bill that would require insurance companies to cover some acupuncture treatments. State Representative Cleon Turner supports the bill. He says acupuncture can be an effective alternative for many individuals.
Basically, it's looking to license certain people who use acupuncture and a technique called dry needling. Just an oversight kind of a bill. There is some controversy about it because the proponents of the bill want to really narrow it down so that certain people who do use dry needling would be eliminated from doing that, people who already do it. So I guess the discussion really is going to be, is there a need to narrow the bill if it's going to move forward to a point where we're going to eliminate some people, including medical doctors and nurses and nurse practitioners who use this technique from using it.
Turner says the Public Health Committee held a hearing on the bill last week. The Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce is welcoming a new business development specialist. Kelly O'Brien recently joined the staff and will be responsible for sales that come through the chamber.
All the sales that will come through the chamber, which of course would include increasing their membership, and the guidebook, which is a wonderful resource for visitors that are coming to the Mid-Cape area. That guidebook is something that I'm starting on right away. It's called Cape Cod Within Reach. We partner with the Yarmouth Chamber of Commerce because it really focuses on the Mid-Cape region.
You can view the full guidebook at capecodwithinreach.com. And if you are a local business owner, you might just run into O'Brien, who says she is spending a lot of time in the field visiting local businesses.
So I'm knocking on doors right now. That's my main focus, is to make sure people that are that should be in the book are in the book. Of course, we have a lot of repeat advertisers, which we appreciate very much. You do have to be a member of the Hyannis Area Chamber or the Yarmouth Area Chamber to be in it as well.
Memberships at the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce start at $275 a year. For more information, you can visit hyannis.com. The primitive firearm deer hunt will take place on Sandy Neck from December 16th to the 21st, or until 6 deer are taken. If you wish to participate in the hunt, you must attend a mandatory meeting scheduled for Wednesday, December 11th at the Centerville Recreation Building that's located at 524 Main Street. The meeting will cover special regulations, objectives, and prerequisites for participation. A grant to help improve water quality in Hyannis Harbor is approved. The Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs and the Office of Coastal Zones will be awarding the town with a coastal pollutant remediation grant that will help pay for a sewage pump-out facility in Hyannis Harbor. The facility will be used for commercial vessels, and the facility will be in operation year-round. It is expected to treat over 3,000 gallons of sewage during peak months. The station will support compliance with the South Cape and Islands no discharge area. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mantle.